Good morning, yogis. Today we're going to do some foot yoga so that when everything's opened up again, you'll have happy feet to walk the trails and enjoy life again. I'm sure you're enjoying life, but this is just going to make you feel so good. You'll feel the spring coming back in your step, and you'll feel like dancing and walking and running maybe. So the first thing we're going to do, we're just going to softly close our eyes, relaxing your hands, palms turned up. And think about all of the wonderful places you want to get to. Just think about those places and then open your eyes and let's start the journey now. We're going to release out of this pose. We're going to straighten our legs out in front. Now we'll revisit that pose again. But for now we're going to sit in Dandasana like this with our fingertips by our hips. Lift and open your armpit chest and start to focus on your feet. There's lots of little bones in your feet. Imagine that your feet are see-through right now. And you can see all of the little spaces between the bones. See if you can spread out the bones and make more space. Stretch out into your heels and pull your toes back. And then glue your ankles together. Good. Activate and energize your feet. Bring all the attention in there. And then place the heel of the hand down and press your toes away. And just see if you can hold that. Stretch out into your toes. Good. And then press the heels away. And then we'll do it a little faster. Toes and heels. Toes and heels. Lovely. Great. Keep the ankles glued together. Good. And then pull them back. We'll just stretch one away and pull the other one back towards you, but stay tall in the back. And then switch that. Point out with your toes. Good. Notice already the feet are starting to wake up and enjoy themselves. Good. And then we'll glue the ankles together and start to make circles with your feet. Stay tall. Don't disturb the back at all. Just let the feet, everything below the ankles move. Keep the ankles close together. Let's reverse our circles. Go back the other way. Happy, happy feet. There's a kids movie, I think, called Happy Feet. Good. All right. Now stretch out into your heels. And now try to drum your toes from the little toe into the big toe. Drum from the outside to the inside. Outside to the inside. Just about 6 times. And then see if you can drum from the inside back out to the little toe. Inside, back out. Good. Ooh, lovely, Sutadara. Look at those toes. Good. And then glue the ankles together, and then we're going to point with the tips of our toes. Point forward with the tips of the toes. Keep the back nice and tall. Squeeze out any tension out of the feet, and then spring the feet open. Spring them open. And then make just a few more circles. And circle them back the other way. Great. So glue the ankles together. We're going to try and touch the soles of the feet together like this. Try to get those little toes to kiss each other. Little toes kissing each other. Press the feet together. Just hold that just for a moment. Try to keep the knees straight. Try to keep the back tall. See if you can touch your toes to each other. Yeah. And release. And now try to get the front of the feet to touch each other. That might just be like a thought. But just imagine the front of the feet are turning in towards each other as much as you can. And release. Good. Okay, so now we're going to take this left foot on top of your right foot. And just drop that knee. And then with your ankle here, just rub the front of that right thigh a little bit. Warm it up. Good. And then slip your foot over there off your leg and see if you can thread your fingers down through your toes. See if you can bring your fingers all the way down to the webbing part of the toes, like that. Good. Then squeeze your toes with your fingers and squeeze your fingers with your toes. Give a good squeeze. Good. Now keep that and start to circle your foot. Big deep breaths as you go. My feet are happy already. I'm thinking about the places I'm going to go. I'm going hiking with these feet later. Let's reverse the circle. Go back the other way. Good. Now keep squeezing on the toes as you're doing this. Good. Now here I'm going to pull the foot off. Pull the toes away. And then push them back on. Good. And then twist the foot a little bit so that you can turn around and look at the sole of the foot there. And then twist so that you can look at the front of the foot. And then pause for a moment, squeeze the toes again, squeeze the fingers back, and then feel as though you're going to pull those toes off. Pull them off and pop. Oh, great. Oh, I lost one. And then go to the other side. So we'll take this right foot and place it on that left thigh area and just rub the front of the thigh with the ankle bone for a moment. Good, and then slip that foot off the edge and then we'll start to thread our fingers down. Now be aware, you might find one foot and the toes on that foot are tighter than the other side. And if you do, then you feel happy that you found that. So bring all your fingers down to the webbing. Good. This is kind of like an apology for all those high heels you wore when you were a teenager. Squeeze the fingers with the toes. Huh?
Especially suited arm.
Yes, especially you. Squeeze the fingers, squeeze the toes. Squeezing and let's circle the front. Circle the front. Good. You might hear like little cracking sounds as bones start to release their tension. Keep squeezing the toes. Keep squeezing back into the fingers. Let's reverse the circle. Keep breathing. Keep feeling. Keep being aware of the work that you're doing. Keep bringing your attention back to what you're doing. I'm squeezing my toes are squeezing my fingers. Now I'm going to pull the foot off and then I'm going to push it back on and then twist the foot. Look at the sole of the foot and then twist, look at the front of the foot. Squeeze again, squeeze again. Good. Good tight squeeze. And then let's pull the toes off. Great, and go back to Dandasana. Look at how happy our feet are. Let's pull our knees in, one knee at a time. So here you're just keeping your hip flexors relaxed. Just let your hands do the work. And we have a block maybe, or something like a big book you're going to put between your feet. And then just push your feet into the block. So here, my feet are doing the work. But it's transferring up into the hips, right? You feel it up there. But I want you to keep your focus on the feet for here. Long, slow, deep breaths. Maybe bring the feet up onto the block for a moment. And we'll push the feet together, dropping the knees. And then open up the toes a little bit. And then close the toes. We'll take our block out of there. We're going to bring our feet into Baddha Konasana. And then you're just going to hold the feet and open them up like a book. Open them up. Maybe knees and elbows might join there. Press down with your elbows. Open your book here. As though you had opened the book to your life. And today's page. Let's see what's on today's page for us. Oh, it's a great day. It's going to be fabulous. It's a happy feet day. Good. And then close the book. And we'll bring the knees together at the same time and straighten out the legs. Anytime you feel like it, jiggle those toes. Right, now, so part of the feet, of course, that we have to work on is this front ankle part. That is very stubborn as we get older, this front ankle part. And a great pose to fix that is Virasana. So we're going to take that right foot beside us just like that. See how that works for you. If everything is screaming around the knee and the foot, then you're going to get your handy dandy block and lift that outer hip and just slip that block in like that. So you could put this foot beside that knee. You might stay like this for, practice this for 6 weeks. If it's still screaming, if there's agony, then you're going to come up higher, slip in something higher. It could be a pillow, it could be blocks, if you have them, bricks, whatever is handy that's going to lift you up so that you're going to be able to open up the side of that foot. Now I'm going to come sideways to show you what I'm trying to do. So I'm not sitting on the foot here. The foot is on the outside like that. And I want to open up this part. So it's a long stretch along the front and it's wonderful. Makes you smile. So do that often. So we're going to just focus on that right side for a moment. If you can sit and you feel even, you just go sit like this. Some people will start to add the rest of the pose, which is to lay down and stretch your arms over your head, stretching into the knee, lifting the pit of the belly. But you don't have to focus on that much today. I want you to focus on the front of the ankle, and this brings a little stretch to the front of the knee. We're going to do the other side. So come to Dandasana. And then remember your support system can be your blocks or a blanket or a pillow. We're going to take that left foot beside the left hip. When you look down outside your hip, you should see the sole of your foot. Some people get cramps in their foot. So then you're going to move the big toe away from the other toes. And if you're here in your pose and you're enjoying it and you get a cramp, you could always use your finger and press under your nose. There's a little acupressure point there. And keep pressing until the cramp is gone. I don't have a cramp, but I'm just telling you because sometimes I know people get a cramp when they start doing this. Remember, you're going to put this block under your bottom if you can't feel comfortable or if you feel like you're falling off there to the right. You want to get a good alignment with the pose, stretching the front of that ankle. Great. So long, slow, deep breaths. And you would just do that for as long as you can, maybe 2 minutes. Okay, this is going to be a short video, but if you find something in this that you love doing and you feel the worth in it, then you're just going to take your time, just do it as long as you want. Let's stretch our legs out. So, then, the next bit's a little bit tricky. We're going to take our belt and you're going to pull your feet in and you're going to get the middle of your belt here. You don't even have to tie your feet like this, but put the middle of the belt on the front of your ankles and then close yourself up like this. You're going to wrap it around. Keep your ankles nice and tight together. You just wrap yourself around like that. Good. And then you're going to swing your feet around behind you. Now I'm going to go sideways to show you. You're going to turn your toes and sit on your heels like this. Okay, good. Okay, and then just look straight ahead and take some deep breaths. This is a true apology for the high heels, because maybe some of us wore them in our 20s too. Long, slow, deep breaths. Just gaze at one thing and breathe. And there might be an element of discomfort now to come into the toes and the feet. Just breathe into that. So So you could stay here for as long as you can, and to come out of it, we're going to come forward and just turn the toes down and just take a few breaths sitting like this, because we're doing a second round of that other one. And then turn the toes, come back to this one, sit up nice and tall. Maybe this time you could open up your arms to take your attention out of your feet, but you're sitting on your heels. You can see how the toes are bent. Tying the feet together kind of keeps the whole thing from falling apart, and it keeps your attention down there. Yay, happy feet. Let's take 3 more breaths. 3 more long, deep breaths. We're nearly there, hang on, we're nearly there. And then we are there. So now you can release, you could take a few breaths like this, and then swing your legs around and take off your belt. Good. So that's a quick way of getting rid of any tension that's hiding in your feet. Poor little feet. Are you happy now? Look at them, they're all like dancing and happy. Yahoo! So now we're going to stand up on our feet. We're going to stand up like this. Just see how it feels to stand on the feet. Spread out the toes, maybe lift the toes. And then deliberately stretch into your toes as you place them back on the ground. Good. We're just going to come up on the ball of that right foot. You can step it out a little bit and circle around. Press down into the floor as you do that, and then circle it back the other way. And we'll do the other side. Lift the heel up high and circle. Circle, circle, circle. Press down into the floor as you do that and circle back the other way. Good. And then you might have just a blanket or something like this, and you're just going to put your balls of your feet up on that. Just like this. With hands on the hips, and just come forward and down. Just look at the feet and feel yourself in those feet. These are the feet that you travel in. Good. And then come back up and just step your heels on, and then reach up into your world, into your life, and just bend your knees. Keep your back nice and straight, Utkatasana. Pull the belly button in, drop the lower back, maybe look up between your hands. Notice where it's coming from, the feet. So sometimes when we're doing our standing poses, we focus a lot on the feet, of course. This would be to get the feet ready for standing poses. And then release. So now we're just going to take that out of there. And we're just going to step off the side of our mat and just have a little clear area all around your mat. And we're just going to walk around our mat on our tippy toes. So walk around, lifting your heels as high as you can. And don't forget to breathe as you go. So where there's little joints, arthritis can show up pretty quickly as we age. So this is one of those nice poses to prevent stuff like that. When you get to the first spot, you're going to lift your toes up and walk once around your mat on your heels. Lovely. Taking long, deep breaths. And notice all of the different amazing parts of the feet that keep us going. And when you get to that spot, then you'll come onto the outer edges of your feet as you lift the inner edges of your feet and make one circle around like that. Notice how the hands will start to want to get involved. They think they're part of the whole thing. When you get to that spot, then turn to the inside edge of your feet, lifting up the outer edge. And we'll make one full circle around. And then when we get to here, we're going to turn the foot in and make a nice trip around the mat. Good. Now notice we've turned our feet at the ankles, but also the femurs up above are trying to get involved. Keep your focus just on your feet. Let's turn the feet all the way out. Do you remember that fella Charlie Chaplin? Probably nobody will remember him, but he used to walk like this. And he was a very funny guy. Good. Notice how the hands are trying to go great, all the way around. And then when you get to here, feel yourself in your feet. Good. And start to walk, placing one foot at a time on the ground. Just very softly, very gently. As you place your feet on the ground, think about everything on the earth. All of the living creatures, all of the plants, and all of the people, and how we all depend on this planet. So tread lightly on the planet, so that your footprint is barely there. And feel your feet as though your feet were kissing the earth. Kiss the earth with your feet. Walking all the way around, peacefully, mindfully, slowly, carefully, stepping into your life today. And then we'll come back onto the mat. We'll just sit back down. Thank you for doing a little bit of foot yoga with me this morning. Hopefully you'll try that and you'll definitely feel the benefits right away. I've got happy feet. Have you happy feet?
Yes.
Okay, namaste.